There are two main types of isometrics: overcoming isometrics and yielding isometrics. I've grouped a third type, pseudo-isometric, which I'll go into later in this video. Underneath each of these are multiple variations which can be used for different adaptations or as part of a long-term athlete development plan. Overcoming isometrics is where the muscle attempts to extend or flex a joint into an immovable object, such as an iso squat. Now, overcoming isometrics can be done a couple of different ways, depending on the adaptations that you're trying to drive. A ramp protocol builds intensity over a few seconds before going as hard as possible. This method is perfect for developing peak force. The ballistic method is where you drive as hard and as fast as possible from the get-go. This method is better suited for developing rate of force development. Yielding isometrics is when you apply an opposing force equal to the mass being held, such as a weighted iso push-up. Now, yielding isometrics can be held for different lengths of times and intensities depending on the adaptations you're looking to develop, the training age of the athlete, and where in the season you're placed. I've grouped several different methods under the pseudo-isometrics. Eccentric quasi-isometric is essentially a failed yielding iso that becomes a maximally resisted eccentric contraction. These can be used to drive morphological adaptations at the muscle and tendon level and are best placed in the early prep phases due to the adaptations they drive and how fatiguing they can be. An example of quasi-isometrics would be altitude landings, whereby pre-tension is required to optimize joint stiffness and stability prior to accepting the load. They attempt to be isometric while an external force acts against the system, forcing the muscles to lengthen momentarily. These are best placed later in the physical prep phase, once the muscles and tendons have developed sufficiently to handle the greater loads. Isotonic isometrics is essentially a partial concentric lift from a deeper position taken into an overcoming isometric. These are a hybrid lift where you can experience the benefits of both worlds. The loads are higher during these lifts, which results in higher force outputs and greater neurological stress. These should be carefully managed during the training calendar due to the higher fatigue and mechanical damage they create. Oscillatory isometrics are pulsing movements worked over small joint ranges. It is suggested that these rapid contraction and relaxation oscillations create reciprocal inhibition, which may result in increased rate of force development. This type of isometric is covered extensively by Cal Diaz on his channel, so I'd highly recommend you go and check that out. Hopefully you found this video helpful. In the next couple of videos I'll cover exercise prescription and the benefits of using isometrics.